Man's Opinion. Today I am reviewing the world premiere of Kate Snodgrass's new play, The Art of Burning, running through March 26th at Hartford Stage at 50 Church Street in Hartford. Directed by Melia Bensussen, The Art of Burning was developed at Huntington Theatre Company in Boston. It is a dark comedy about divorce and its lasting psychological effects on a soon-to-be ex-husband and wife, their daughter, and their married friends. The play bounces back and forth from the present, where Patricia, played by Adrianne Krstansky, and her husband Jason, played by Rom Barkhordar, are met with their friend and attorney Mark, played by Kaye, who has been negotiating the divorce. While they have what is supposed to be their signing, they recount what led to the divorce, which was Jason's affair with Katya, played by Vivia, which leads to flashback scenes that give context to the story. The affair leads to harassment and what could be interpreted as criminal behavior by Patricia, as she calls Jason and Katya in the middle of the night and sets Jason's roll-top desk on fire. The drama ratchets up when Patricia and Jason can't get a hold of their daughter Beth, played by Clio Contogenis. This is especially alarming as Beth recently had a bad experience on a date, and Patricia has been expressing a certain fondness towards the play Melia, which she has recently seen, and has drawn what appears to be an unhealthy appreciation toward the titular character and a character's conclusion on the world and how it treats children. If you are familiar with Melia, you know what I'm speaking of. I think Snodgrass creates enough tension between the growing suspicions regarding Patricia's behavior, and the play's finale falls just on this side of believability. Granted, this may have landed better if some of the casting was better, but more on that later. Overall, I like Snodgrass's new work. It may need some trimming and circular arguments between different characters, but The Art of Burning's themes revolving around the patriarchy, generational conflict, and casual sexism are presented in striking and direct fashion, but also relatable and humorous at the same time. There are some wonderfully written scenes. There's a fantastic one between Jason and his daughter Beth, where he cannot understand at all why his daughter is upset with him when he brings up possible issues with Patricia's mental health and having Beth live with him and Katya as part of the divorce settlement. Then there's another great scene between Mark and his wife Charlene, played by Latreille, who are having their own marital problems. He has been recently told by Patricia that Charlene hates musicals. Something he can't believe because she always goes with him to see them without complaint. It's such a silly thing to be arguing about, but becomes a passionate argument between the two. There's even a nice little meet-cute scene between Jason and Patricia at an art gallery that shows that the problems they face later in their marriage is already sitting on the surface. I like Bensussen's and Scenic designer Luciana Stecconi's vision of the set for The Art of Burning. It has a simple, stolid feel that offsets the dynamic, animated characters that drive the story. A grid that crisscrosses the floor illuminates to create borders for scenes with different colors evoking mood and tone, which is emphasized also by the lighting design by Aja M. Jackson. As much as I like Snodgrass's book, there are some serious problems in the acting from the cast. Now, I'm usually not one to call out the actors directly, mostly because I believe the responsibility of what is on stage falls on the director and the text. But here, there's something different going on. As much as I said I like the scenes mentioned before, it almost all has to do with Snodgrass's writing, and particularly the acting of the women in the scenes. Contogenis and Latreille in particular are wonderful throughout the play, and in those two scenes in which I mentioned them, they are dynamic and full of life. The men, though, are another story. Barkhordar was, not to sugarcoat it, awful. Aside from a couple beats during the gallery scene, I got nothing from him the entire night. The most egregious scene is the aforementioned conflict with Beth. There is no sense of incomprehension on the character Jason's part in a scene where the father does not understand why everything coming out of his mouth is insulting and patronizing to his teen daughter. Where is the flummoxed mystery and confusion that an older generation would have when speaking to a younger generation? I wanted that so badly, but there was nothing there. This lack of acting permeates the entire play. Kaye isn't as bad, though I found choices being presented in his scenes, they were mostly weak choices that don't express his position of authority regarding the divorce. There's a scene where Mark and Jason hang out in a bar that is painful to watch as they both look and act like they've never hung out in a bar in their lives. The one good scene with Kaye is Mark's scene with Charlene, which may be attributed to Latreille's performance and elevating Kaye's. As painful as the acting can be sometimes, The Art of Burning is a great new work, and I think Bensussen's vision of the play has a smart sense of style and vision. Krstansky gives a solid turn as the beleaguered Patricia, and Contogenis and Latreille give standout performances. I wish everyone was as good as them. It may have given us a play that I would have genuinely raved about. But I am only one man's opinion, so be sure to leave yours in the comments below. If you'd like to see The Art of Burning, I'll leave a link in the description where you can get tickets. You can support my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and click the notification bell to be alerted to future reviews. Speaking of the aforementioned Medea, my next review will be Yale Repertory Theater's production of Mojada, a Medea in Los Angeles. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the theater.